Hi, my name is Srinivas Aditya Mopidevi. I'm the curator of What Will Remain exhibition at Studio Art New Delhi. And I have with me today Jayeti Bhattacharya, who's presenting her solo exhibition at Studio Art. We're going to talk a little bit about the main preoccupations of her practice. First, we're going to talk about Jayeti. Let's start talking about what does drawing mean to you? Like when it's a very central part of your practice, let's start with what does drawing mean to you?
Yeah, drawing is a very sensitive medium, I think, because it's a way that you express yourself at once. Means it's a flow of lines. Whenever I'm doing any drawing, it's like I start with one point and then it moves towards another direction. It's a very fluid kind of medium, also. I'll say, means it's a way of expressing the thoughts in a very unfiltered way. So I'm very comfortable doing my works in drawing because I feel then I can express myself at utmost while doing the work.
And you also explore a lot of the idea of the conflict and turbulence of the world through drawing. Why drawing to explore the conflict or the
Because I feel when it's a medium when you're controlling, but you can go uncontrolled, but keeping the balance. When you do paint or something, you have to be controlled in some point. So, but I feel drawing is that medium where you can go out of control, but in the same way you are keeping a balance also with the tones, with the color variations and all, keeping the technical terms. But like the concept of what I'm working, and I relate directly by using natural mediums for drawing, like charcoal I used in that work. I used clay as a land earth material. So in that way I feel I can directly connect with different kinds of things. And also for the disruptions and like conflicts and all other things, I feel that the forms that I'm making, the forms of expression, it's nothing but a shock wave kind of thing. It's like the repercussion of what is happening. It's in the form of vibration. It's in that thing I want to capture. So I do this kind of forms. I do this kind of expressions through the work.
Yeah, this is a site-specific drawing we planned specially for this exhibition. So, would you like to take it how then this process of absorbing something and making it into an image works? This as an example.
So this particular work I consider, means I thought of adding two specified elements into this work. This I used a transistor radio and I used a form which I witnessed in while my visit in Ladakh. It's a fossil form which I felt like it's a form which encapsulates the time. It's a form that fossils, and also in the same way I used transistor radio because I felt that this is a mode of communication which transmits through wave, which transmits its vibration, and whatever is happening around us, whether it's a conflict, whether it's an explosion, whether everything, it's through a transmission. It's through a transmission of waves. It's through the communication in this object like this. So I thought of using this object as a metaphor, as an element to present in this work.
So it's something that can both unify and create all kinds of explosions and all of that, right? So it has the ability to both be generative and destructive at the same time.
So I call the work as the transmission and impact.
An impact.
So,
So when we make these drawings that are somehow we call them seismic graphs, that is one way of thinking. What is the process of making these drawings? How do you go about making these drawings? Does you define an image or you like think that this is the process in which I want to go? What is usually the
it's not only, it's like my readings, whatever I read, I come across, I read a lot of historical stuff and archaeological survey of India, a lot of stuff also I read. And also like I watch a lot of news as well. So that I think it creates those images that I see, it creates a lot of impact what I make. The images that come across to me every day, like through social media, through news channels, through the readings, whatever come across, that in some way I think it translates into my work.
And when you say you read, what kind of literature are we talking about?
I don't read too much of fiction. It's like non-fictional things, different kinds of readings, like on subaltern readings also I read, and also I read different archaeological history kind of books I read. So this kind of reading, I think it creates an impact into my works.
Thank you.